What's up, people? Deji Wessie here. Work never stops, neither should you. This is my end of year video. 2020 has been a hell of a year. Some good things, some tragic things. And what's inspired me on this video is something that's tragic, but I'd like to highlight some things. So my man Tony Hsieh, founder of Zappos, and hugely influential entrepreneur. He passed this year, 2020, very tragically. He was dealing with some mental health issues and things that come with success. But I thought nothing better than to celebrate him and celebrate his influence on the business world than to do this video today. And what I want to do is I want to highlight the core values of Zappos and go through each of them, their 10 core values, and talk about what they mean to me, how I interpret these values. These values have been extremely influential throughout the startup community, throughout the entrepreneurial community altogether, corporate space, people looking to change the way that they run their businesses and the culture of their business. So I wanted to take the time to kind of go through this stuff because I think it's extremely important if you're an entrepreneur or you're thinking about a startup, a new business. Think about your core values and what they mean to you. So here we go. Core value number 1, deliver wow through service. I think customer service is one of the best tools you can use in order to create a loyal customer. The user interface, so to speak, of your business is customer service. There's studies that show that your product doesn't necessarily have to be the best product the customers ever come in contact with, but you want your service to be, because even if the soup isn't the best soup that the customers tasted before, if they've had the best experience, they're going to come back. Even if the other place has better soup, they're going to come back for that experience. I think just like now during COVID times, you may have had a situation where you have gone through some things to get to a restaurant, or you scrounge up your last dollar to fly to go see someone, and it's risky, right? You're going to appreciate it if that restaurant or if that airline has gone beyond their normal course of action to make sure that they take care of your experience and get that thing right. You're going to become an even more loyal customer because they helped you out, especially during this time. Service, I can't say enough about it. You need to be able to deliver wow to your customer. Go beyond, and then the customer will definitely be loyal and they'll go beyond for you. That's for sure. Number 2, embrace and drive change. I could say that I've been a change agent in so many spaces. This is a bit of a natural one for me. It's change is the only constant in the universe. So it's inevitable that we need to change. We need to embrace change because it's coming no matter what. A lot of people run their businesses in order to counter change. They want to make sure things don't change, so they try to create situations or competitive advantages, so to speak, so their industry does not change very often in order to protect the way they do business. I think about it the other way around. I embrace the change. I want to have more knowledge about the space and where it's going in order to adapt rather than try to keep something stagnant so I can keep doing the same thing over and over again. I think it's extremely important, not just for the growth of the business, but also for the society that you affect with your business. I think one of the biggest things in business that we forget is that a business is supposed to support a community. It doesn't matter what your community is. Like your business is going to connect to a community, right? You need to be able to support that community. If we continue to try to work against change, we're going to affect our community in a negative way. We need to be able to embrace the change, adapt, grow, innovate, so our community can adapt and grow and innovate, and we can have better practices on the way that we do things. Number 3, create fun and a little weirdness. I've always been an outside of the box thinker, but I think that comes from embracing the fact that, that you need to be outside of your comfort zone a little bit in order to grow. So I try to do that every day. Try to do something that makes me a little uncomfortable every day, and I think that's what that means about embracing or creating fun and a little weirdness is doing something a little weird that makes you feel uncomfortable. But when you do it, you might learn a little something about yourself. You might learn a little something about your environment and the people around you. This is one of those things that I think that made Zappo's culture so dynamic, is that you're able to do some things that maybe weren't so predictable, but it was accepted. And once you do that, you open up the realm for new possibilities that may be outside of a balance sheet or something like this, or your traditional scope of things. Embracing a little bit of weirdness can be good for you. Number 4, be adventurous, creative, and open-minded. Pretty much a follow-up from number 3. If you are able to get outside of your comfort zone and do something that makes you a little uncomfortable, sometimes you do run into some creative headspace, and you're able to come up with things that that maybe you wouldn't have come up with earlier. Oh man. All right. Number 4, be adventurous. Number 4, be creative, open. Be adventurous, creative, open-minded. Number 4, be adventurous, creative, and open-minded. There you go. It's like a follow-up from number 3. It's like, of course, if you get into that space where you're doing things that make you a little uncomfortable, outside of your comfort zone, of course you're going to find that creative space. And you need to be adventurous, because sometimes you just don't know where kind of getting out of your comfort zone is going to take you. You need to embrace the fact that that there's going to be some unpredictable stuff, and that's some space that I'm comfortable with. Some people who've known me for a long time would say that that's exactly where I operate. And it's true. That is where I operate. Outside of the box, but in the bottle, so to speak. I think it's something great to embrace, because being open-minded can get you to think about different ways to do business. Like, I'm in New Zealand right now, and the way they do business is completely different from the way that we do business back home in the U.S. If I wasn't open-minded, I wouldn't be able to start picking this stuff up and doing as well as I'm doing right now. So be open-minded. Number 5, pursue growth and learning. It seems to be following a path here, right? Pursue growth and learning. Just like, being outside of your comfort zone, be adventurous, get a little weird sometimes. If you're intent on finding some creative space or coming up with something new, you most likely you're going to find it, right? So if you're able to pursue growth, like right now, I'm in New Zealand. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. I'm pursuing growth, getting my MBA, pursuing growth and learning. I think this is a good way for you to keep things fresh in your business. I think it's a good way to, if you're presenting these core values, it's a great way to find like-minded people who maybe come from a different way of thinking, but are willing to accept a new perspective. I think it's important, and I think it can be a tremendous source of power in order to kind of see something new and then approach things from a different perspective, rather than kind of letting things go stale, or letting things get old. Number 6, build open and honest relationships with communication. I think in any relationship, if you don't have trust, you have nothing. And trust comes down to communication. I think you need to be open. I can't say it enough, but I'm in New Zealand, and I've been dealing with some New Zealand partners for about a year now. And one of the things that I noticed is when we started doing business is that I kept thinking that I need to protect myself because these people are trying, or maybe trying to pull one over my eyes. What I realized is that that's not how New Zealanders do business. that is a very American thing. Well, at least that's where I learned it from. Doing business in the U.S. is that you're always trying to watching your back because you don't know who is trying to get over on you. And naturally, I am an open communicator, but it's taken me some time to get over that. What I've learned, this learned behavior of holding my cards close to my chest. But I do think it's important in business and any relationship to be open and communicate freely. And if you do that, you can create one, a safe space for new ideas. Two, you create an amazing flow of transactions. Communication is just a waterfall that can come out of it, but you definitely need to step over the line and be open with your communication. The benefits are just, you can't chart it, for you MBAs out there. Number 7, build positive team and family spirit. Buy-in, I think, is that's what this is all about. If you're able to build an environment where people can feel like they are invested in what you're doing, what they're doing as well. If you make them feel included, you're going to get a tremendous amount of buy-in. You're going to get all of their effort plus some, because they feel included. They feel like they're on this mission too, and it benefits them as well. But if you're going to do business or do things where it's very clear to them that they're working on your project and this is to benefit you, don't expect people to give you their best. Absolutely not. Do more with less. I think this is one of my favorite ones because I'm really okay. Number 8, do more with less. This is one of my favorite core values because I'm a really resourceful person, and I think no matter what, the resources are there for you. You got to get the job done, and it's possible. You can get a lot more done with less, and I even mean to the effect of ask for forgiveness instead of asking for permission. That sums up a lot of wins I've had. That's for sure. That's for sure. Sometimes you just got to go for it, even if you don't have the huge budget. Get it done, and you totally can get it done. Where there's a will, there's a way. Go out and make it happen. Number 9, be passionate and determined. Work never stops. Go hard. At the end here, we're getting to some of the stuff that I really feel deeply in my heart. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, then why are you doing it? What are you doing it for? And I really believe that if you get resistance when you start something new or you're just trying something out, if you get resistance, it's really the universe testing you, asking you, how much do you really want this? So you need to be determined. I think when you get to that space where you have to show your grit, your desire for this thing, that's when you're able to tap into another level of production from yourself. And if you haven't done that yet, I suggest you do it, because you'll be surprised at what you can actually pull off and what's inside you. Number 10, last but not least, be humble. No matter what you achieve, always stay humble, because a pat on the back is not too far from a kick in the ass. That's for sure. So stay humble no matter what you achieve. I'm not saying don't celebrate yourself. I'm saying absolutely celebrate yourself, but don't think because you've accomplished something that makes you better than somebody else. Stay humble, keep learning, keep pursuing learning, right? Be passionate about the things that you're involved in, and do something that makes you uncomfortable every day. I think all this stuff comes together. It's an amazing mindset to have and keep, and it's a path kind of to stay on. I think this is an amazing guide. Really good core values. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and hope you can celebrate the end of the year. Looking forward to next year, and as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Work never stops, and hope you have a great New Year celebration. Until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.